I see your paper real quick?
This one?
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. Alright. Just double check, because, I mean, we watch, what, 6, 7 hours of WWE a week?
Yeah.
Something like that? And I'm not recognizing any of these names as far as WWE talent goes.
I got one.
You got one?
Yeah.
Oh, you got Booker T?
Johnny Gargano.
Oh, well.
Remember Johnny Gargano? He shows up on NXT like
that's
every
true.
Like 2 or 3 weeks.
I got former WWE guys. That must mean this is indie news.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, hey. We're talking indie news.
The fuck are you? I mean, hey guys.
Welcome them in. Let's talk to these people. We're talking about all those guys that aren't on TV all the time, other than Booker T and
Booker T's not on TV all the time.
That's true.
Either.
That's true. Only pre-shows.
Yeah.
Pre-shows and kickoff panels.
Pay-per-view pre-shows and stuff.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're talking about some indie news. We got some results coming up. And I'm actually going to kick it off. So for those of you that don't want to get spoiled for this week's ROH on comment, you better click forward to the time it's in the ring right now. Because if you don't, you're going to get spoiled. And it's not going to be my fault because you're still listening.
And it's not going to be my fault either.
Yeah.
Don't blame me.
So, here we go.
Dicks.
We open up with a tag team title match. RPG Vice, a few weeks ago, won the tag team gauntlet and got themselves a number one contender spot to unfortunately face War Machine.
6 Trees Vice.
Though they did hold their own for a while, you can only imagine that guys the size of Trent Beretta and Rocky Romero don't necessarily measure up to Ray Rowe or Hanson, because eventually you walk right into the path of resistance or you get hit with fallout, like Trent Beretta did, and then you lose your tag team title match to War Machine. War Machine, still your tag team champions.
Yeah, and the commentary was very, very focused on War Machine, and they're talking about how they feel like they need to beat the Briscoes.
Yeah, so, yeah, based on that alone, there's really no chance that War Machine was going to lose this one. Then we had Prince Nana come out with Donovan Dijak.
They were saying beforehand. They were saying that up next is going to be a match between Kenny Omega and ACH.
Yes.
But then Nana kind of like uprooted the show.
Yeah. Talking about calling the people that have been getting the envelopes that he's been giving out are called the Enlightened Ones. So possibly a stable name if he ends up putting all these people together. But then the main focus of this promo was to put over the fact that Donovan Dijak will be the next ROH World Champion. And then Donovan Dijak talks about how, since he entered ROH, his main focus, his main goal has been to protect Jay Lethal and the House of Truth. And now that he is not with Jay Lethal and the House of Truth, his main focus is making sure that Jay Lethal loses the ROH World title. He said some things that Jay Lethal didn't quite agree with or like, and so Jay Lethal came down and they beat the shit out of each other, and we had referees and security guards and
Taylor Hendricks.
Yeah, Taylor Hendricks and that dress dough. She was chasing Prince Nana around on the outside, while the referees and security guards were trying to pull Dijak and Lethal apart.
Also, Lethal was like fueled by the fact that Dijak booted Truth Martini.
Yeah, hospitalizing Truth Martini. So, Jay Lethal is none too happy with one Donovan Dijak. So, we will see where that one goes, and I'm sure it'll be a title match at whatever the next big show is.
The World Champ versus Banana Hands.
Yeah. Speaking of bananas, we had Kenny Omega versus ACH. That'll make sense in just a second. This was a fantastic you know what it is.
It took me a second, but I remember.
Yeah. Awesome match. Kenny Omega had the Young Bucks in his corner.
Yeah,
ACH going it all alone. But there was a point...
He also came out and did like, Kenny Omega I'm speaking of, came out with a broom.
That's just, yeah.
He used it, he like sang into it, and he grabbed one of the extra commentary headsets and used the microphone for that.
Kevin Kelly even tried to give him his, and he goes, no, I want this one. And he picked up his own and started singing into it, and then he sang so much he gave himself a head rush.
With his theme song.
Yeah, he has so much fun with his entrance, it's ridiculous.
Kenny Omega, I feel like he's a guy who doesn't take anything like
super
seriously.
No, he's He has fun no matter what he's doing, especially kicking the shit out
Kind
of
of sounds like a
ACH.
guy I want to hang out with.
Yeah, I'd hang out with Kenny
Kenny
Omega,
Omega?
despite those crazy eyes, man.
Kenny Omega, come take the third seat.
Yeah, I would.
Review the indie news with us.
It's all
one
yours.
day.
So at one point, ACH is on the outside. I think he avoided an attack from Kenny Omega, and ended up getting super kicked by Nick Jackson. And as he fell over, Nick Jackson put down a banana peel. And when the referee realized that ACH was down and the Young Bucks were near him, they tried to put over the fact that he slipped on a banana peel. Hence the banana peel.
Banana hands, right?
Yeah, the
connection.
The segue that I used. But Kenny Omega did end up picking up the win, avoiding the Midnight Star for a second time. ACH could not hit that move for the life of him. So yeah, he dodges the Midnight Star, ends up picking up ACH and hitting him with the One-Winged Angel, and Kenny Omega picks up the win.
Yeah, they had he hit him with 2 really gnarly knee strikes during the match.
Yeah.
Pretty much back to back.
Yeah.
And from that point on, ACH seemed like he's just out.
Yeah, one specifically seemed to really rock ACH.
Never really recovered fully.
Nope. And then our main event. This is a match that Kevin Hawk's been waiting for a very long time. The Fight Without Honor, Dalton Castle versus Silas Young. They had some gnarly spots in this match.
They did. I would say that as far as it being a match, it was good.
Mm-hmm.
They hit each other very hard.
Yes.
They had some cool spots.
Yes.
For a Fight Without Honor, it was a little tame.
Well, it's a Fight Without Honor on free television, so
Yeah,
they got to compromise.
But it's like the first Fight Without Honor.
Yeah.
On television.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's something to live up to there, and I feel like they didn't quite make the cut in my opinion, but it was a good regular no DQ.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that. They could have just put no DQ or no holds barred or something of that effect on it, but we did have Dalton Castle getting powerbombed onto 2 chairs that did not give way.
No.
They were very sturdy chairs, and Dalton Castle was feeling that one. We had Silas Young go for his springboard moonsault onto Dalton Castle. He ended up getting all ladder, especially on that knee that's really heavily guarded by knee braces and knee pads. And
yeah, he took one move in the match that wasn't like a big move knee-wise per se, but he hit a move or something. I don't remember what it was, but I remember after the move was over, he was holding his knee. So
Yeah.
I felt like it was giving him problems throughout a good portion of the match.
There's a good. Well, you were while we were watching, you were talking about how that actually took him out for almost a year.
Yeah, he was on the shelf for quite a long time.
So obviously some issues with that particular knee, but he did keep going and ended up getting. So they set up a table earlier in the match. They're fighting, and I think he fought out of Bangarang and went for something on Dalton Castle. Castle backdropped him out of the ring. Oh no, that's what it was. He had him in Bangarang, and Silas grabbed the top rope, and so because he was on the top rope, then he got lifted backwards up over the top rope through the table. Not a very forgiving landing for Silas Young, but that did allow Dalton Castle to keep advantage, and he tried a few different things. He ended up hitting Bangarang after he hit a low blow and a small package, and Silas Young still kicked out. And he was finally able to hit Bangarang. Dalton Castle picks up the win. And the Bangarang was actually on a chair that one of the boys had slid in right underneath Silas Young's face. So not a happy landing once again for Silas Young. Dalton Castle wins the Fight Without Honor. That is it. That is it for ROH. We're going to send it over to Mr. Kevin Hunter. He's got AIW.
Yeah. Alright. So on the 8th, which was Friday, we had Forgot About Dre by AIW.
Why do people forget about Dre?
Where, funny enough, every match on the card is going to be contested with no disqualification.
Yeah.
So we opened up, there was a 4-way match in which Candice LeRae defeated the Laredo Kid, Lewis Linton, and Cloudy. This is where Booker T then comes out after the match. He starts putting over AIW. He ends up getting interrupted by Grado, which leads into the three-way match. Leads into a three-way match between Grado, Rex Brody, and Space Monkey. Space Monkey wins the match, picking up the win over Rex Brody because during the match, Grado then turned into the referee.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Hot Sauce Entertainment defeated 2 Infinity to regain the tag team championships.
Nice.
They are going to have their final encounter at Absolution, I believe.
11?
Something. Absolution, some number.
Yeah, it's absolutely, because we did Absolution 10 last year.
I believe that's what they said. Absolution is going to be the final encounter between these two teams, and it's going to be 2 out of 3 falls. So that's going to be something to look forward to in the future.
Yeah.
We had Johnny Gargano quickly defeat Alex Shelley via submission. It was very quick. And then Alex Shelley rolled out of the ring and challenged Johnny Gargano to a rematch to start immediately with the stipulation that the loser could never wrestle in AIW again. And then in a slightly longer match, Johnny Gargano again defeated Alex Shelley via submission, so Alex Shelley is no longer allowed in AIW via his own stipulation.
He's got a contract with ROH.
Jock Sampson defeated Dick Justice after bloodying Dick Justice to the point where he would pass out.
Wow.
But then Dick Justice, after the match, would challenge Jock Sampson to a Texas death match.
Good lord.
Joey Janela defeated Facade.
Facade?
Facade.
Facade?
The caddy. Alex Daniels won the 6-way scramble for the Intense Championship.
Wow. New Intense champion.
He defeated BJ Whitmer, Britt Baker, Joshua Singh, Frankie Flynn, and the now former Intense champion, Jerry. And in the main event, Josh Prohibition and Tim Donst defeated the team of Ethan Page and Ray Monroe.
Wow.
Fun stuff.
Yeah. Physical tag team.
Yeah. And then we had, on Saturday the 9th, CZW's 15th annual Best of the Best tournament.
Yeah.
Opening round were all 3-way matches.
Okay.
We started with Ricky Shane Page defeating Ethan Page and Ryan Gallione. We had then backstage, Leo Rush would attack Joey Janela backstage and beat him to basically a bloody mess, going into their 3-way match, which included Jonathan Gresham. Match lasted about 30 seconds, while Jonathan Gresham would defeat Joey Janela while Leo Rush just stood in the corner and did nothing.
That, like, I'm sure it's cool storyline-wise, but that kind of pisses me off because I would love to see a match between Jonathan Gresham and Leo Rush.
Yeah. Shane Strickland defeated Anthony Henry and Kurt Robinson. And in the final first-round match, David Starr defeated Dave Christ and Desmond Xavier.
Yes.
And then Matt Tremont came out and cut a promo. He was interrupted by Joe Gacy, and then he was attacked by Greg Excellence, who beat him up with a barbed wire bat.
Called for it, bro.
Then Brittany Blake defeated Tony Nese, Ethan Case, Chip Day, Aaron Williams, and Jason Cade in a 6-way scramble match of something or other. I think most of them, I know Tony Nese has been around the block, but I think most of them are like dojo, CCW dojo up-and-comers.
Oh, wow.
In the second round of the Best of the Best tournament, Jonathan Gresham defeated Ricky Shane Page, and David Starr defeated Shane Strickland. Then Tim Donst. Oh, not yet. The Gulags first.
Wait for that one.
The Amazing Gulags first would defeat the Nation of Intoxications, Connor Claxton and Devin Moore in a tag match. Then Tim Donst defeat Danny Havoc in a no disqualification match, and DJ Hyde would come out to announce that in this year's Tournament of Death, one of the first round matches is going to be Tim Donst versus Ricky Shane Page.
All right.
Then in the finals of the best tournament, Jonathan Gresham would defeat David Starr and become best of the best 15 in 2016.
I guess when your first match only lasts 30 seconds, you're kind of
He had a bit of an advantage.
You're kind of a shoe-in to win the whole thing.
Yeah, he had a bit of an advantage.
A little bit.
But I mean, it's not like a super huge advantage because he's like the smallest guy in the
True.
tournament.
And I'm not going to say anything bad because I like Jonathan Gresham. So, good for him.
Yeah. I mean, the trophy's like as big as him. I don't know. There's a picture of him with the trophy though.
If we found it, it's up right now.
Yeah. It's up right now. And again.
No, it's not.
And
Like
again.
that many times.
Strobe light. Picture.
We don't want to give people seizures.
Sorry. Surprise result time.
Oh, shit.
Because those are the only two shows I announced last week.
That's true.
Because there was like 9 million results last week.
Yeah.
So I wanted to keep upcoming events to a minimum, just to keep the video to a decent length.
Yeah.
So I got 2 shows. One of them was also on Saturday the 9th, and this was AAW's 12-year anniversary.
Epic.
Epic 12. We had Jessica Havoc defeat Candice LeRae, Kimber Lee, and Heidi Lovelace in a 4-way women's match. Johnny Gargano defeated Andrew Everett. Shane Hollister and Kong would defeat Zero Gravity and Dan Barry and Chuck Taylor in a 3-way tag team match. Silas Young defeats Timothy Thatcher. Chris Hero defeats Trevor Lee. Gregory Iron would come out and make an open challenge, which would then be answered by Congo Kong, and he would win. Because Congo Kong was ginormous, and Gregory Iron isn't. Davey Vega and Matt Fitch defeat the Hooligans to become the new AAW Tag Team Champions. And Tommaso Ciampa in the main event defeats Zack Sabre Jr.
Nice. That'll be a good match.
And then we're going to talk about a promotion that we haven't covered before, Women's Wrestling Revolution.
What? Because women's wrestling is blowing up. Right
It
now.
is. It's blown up.
It is
we like
the thing.
We talk about Shine. We talk about Shimmer. We love the Divas Revolution as far as WWE is concerned.
We do.
So here's another company, the WWR. They're affiliated with Beyond Wrestling.
Oh, cool.
And they had a show in Providence, Rhode Island, just like Beyond Wrestling did. And this was Project XX. I don't know if it's Project XX or Project 20 or Project X.
If you know, post in the comments. Let us know.
I want to say it's Project XX because I feel like it's playing on that movie Project X that happened a couple years ago.
Okay. That makes sense.
But we opened up with Taylor Hendricks defeating Barbie Hayden. We had Mistress Belmont defeat Solo Darling. We had Sonia Strong defeat Davienne, Miranda Vianette, and Willow Nightingale in a 4 corners women's match.
Some long
There's
names.
a lot of 4 corners matches with women involved.
Yeah.
3 out of my 4 shows had a 4 corners match with at least one woman.
Nice.
Every single one of the events had a multi-person match with at least one woman.
Good. Ladies need time
Quality. Alexis Navia defeated Raquel. Kimber Lee defeated Lufisto. The match was set to get a standing ovation.
Nice.
Jonathan Gresham defeated Eddie Edwards. Hot ladies right there. Jessica Havoc defeated Jenny Rose. Beta Scott defeated Jordan Grace in a 2 out of 3 falls match. And in the main event, Deonna Purrazzo defeated Santana Garrett.
Hey, NXT regulars.
Now I'm going to send the results over to you.
Yeah.
For your first ever dose of surprise results.
You goddamn right. Yeah, I figure, ROH only does, their weekly shows. Their big shows are only every couple of months. So I needed some more results. So on the 10th in the Tokyo Dome, we had New Japan Pro Wrestling's Invasion Attack 2016. So we had Badlock Fale and Yujiro Takahashi defeat Juice Robinson and Ryosuke Taguchi.
Bless you.
Sorry if I butcher any of these names. We had a trios match where we had Jushin Thunder Liger, Satoshi Kojima, and Yuji Nagata defeat Kazushi Sakuraba, Toru Yano, and Yoshihashi.
So, Legends trios match,
Yeah.
basically.
We had Hiroki Goto and the ROH Television Champion Tomohiro Ishii defeat Bushi and Evil in a tag team match. We had Roppongi Vice defeat Matt Sydal and Ricochet to become the new IWGP Junior Tag Team Champions.
Wow.
Rocky Romero is now a 6-time IWGP Junior Tag Team Champion.
Nice.
So, good for him. We also had Kushida defeat Will Ospreay to retain the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship, and then was challenged by Jushin Thunder Liger because Liger wants to be a 12-time Junior Heavyweight Champion.
He wants to be the Ric Flair of the IWGP
Yes.
Junior
So,
Heavyweight.
somewhere down the line, we're getting Kushida versus Jushin Thunder Liger, which I can imagine will be pretty entertaining.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it'd be cool. I feel almost a little tentative to say that if Liger is running for another title shot so late in his career, that it could be on his way out the door.
Oh.
Potentially, he wants one last run at the belt before he retires.
So,
I mean, he's been in the business for 3 decades.
Yeah. So you think if he beats Kushida, there's a good chance he's on his way out?
Yeah.
Fair enough. We had the never open weight 6-man tag team titles on the line, and the Elite would lose their never open weight 6-man
To the New
tag
Day.
to Hiroshi Tanahashi, Michael Elgin, and the returning Yoshitatsu.
Hey, Yoshitatsu. He is about as anti-Bullet Club as it gets.
Yeah, he did not like them at Wrestle Kingdom this year. And then we also had a stare down between Kenny Omega and Michael Elgin. Looks like Michael Elgin is possibly gunning for Kenny Omega's Intercontinental Championship. So, yeah.
I like that the American guy has the Intercontinental Championship in Japan.
Yeah.
Because he's from a different continent.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Whereas, like, the Intercontinental Champion in WWE is American.
Yes. We had
And, like, every Intercontinental Champion basically comes from the same fucking continent.
We had the never openweight championship on the line as your boy Katsuyori Shibata
bread!
defeated and retained against Hiroshi Tenzan, or Hiroyoshi Tenzan. My bad. And then we had Makabe and Honma, who won the tag team titles from the Bullet Club, lost the tag team titles to Tamatonga and Tangaroa, who I guess is a relative of Tamatonga.
So are they bringing it back to the Bullet Club camp?
Yes.
Tamatonga's Bullet Club.
Yes. Yep. It is officially back into the Bullet Club camp, which is good because they lost the never openweight 6-man titles, so they had a little bit of give and take there. And then in the main event for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, Tetsuya Naito defeated Kazuchika Okada to become the new IWGP Heavyweight Champion.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. I guess it was a lot of outside interference from the Ungovernables, which is, they are so anti-Japan that after cutting a promo after beating let me see. He was it was they beat up Gato and Okada. Hiroki Goto and Tomohiro Ishii tried to come out and make the save. They all got beat down. And then Naito, in just pure disgust because he just wants to piss off everyone in Japan, actually threw the championship up into the air. And So, not a very good treatment of the championship, which is not good when you're in Japan because they are very serious about their championships, very serious about their wrestling.
You could feel like maybe the ex-champion Okada is going to have
some words.
Some not so happy sentiments.
Yeah. And you don't want to be on the bad side of Kazuchika Okada, man. He's going to kick your ass with a Rainmaker. That's it.
He's going to kick your ass with his arm.
Yeah.
I was thinking he's going to kick your face with his drop kick.
You can do that too. That's it for results. All the surprise results, all that stuff. We're going to talk about a couple little news stories.
Couple little news stories. Take it away.
One real quick one, actually coming out of Invasion Attack. Cody Hall was injured in a brawl during the never openweight 6-man tag match.
Nick Jackson did a big dive.
Yeah, luckily
Cody Hall took the brunt. It happens. Cody Hall takes the brunt of a lot of the Young Buck dives.
Because he's tall.
Because he towers over most of the Japanese wrestlers.
He's super tall, like his dad.
He ended up getting taken to the hospital and checked for concussion and like any kind of head and neck damage.
Yeah.
And they cleared him, and he was just basically pretty banged up, but not seriously injured.
Yes. So good to know that he's not severely injured, and he should be back wrestling in Japan in no time. We also got confirmation that Bobby Roode hasn't officially signed with WWE/NXT yet.
Despite all the rumors.
He's keeping his options open, but he doesn't want to screw anybody over. So he's just kind of taking his time to make sure that it's what he wants to do.
It's good to keep your options open.
Rumors have been circulating since he was in the front row at TakeOver in Dallas. So
Yeah.
he hasn't officially signed yet, but it is still very much an option.
I think, despite the fact that he hasn't signed, the idea that he was in the audience and they showed him and they brought up the nameplate and everything was official, I would say it's a good chance we'll see him in the Cruiserweight Open.
That could be cool. Speaking of that, Lince Dorado actually announced his official entrance over the weekend. Video circulating on the internet, if we can find it. We'll post it in the
golden links.
Yeah, post it down in the description there. And finally, for me, a cease and desist letter was sent to TNA by a independent wrestler named Justin Carnes, who has done matches for TNA in the past. He also wrestles under a name Crimson, and
not that Crimson.
No, Crimson with a K.
Not this Crimson.
No, not that Crimson. Different Crimson. He's saying that the character Crimson that he plays was the inspiration and was stolen in the creation of Crazy Steve and the Decay stable that they have, which is Abyss, Crazy Steve, and Rosemary. So yeah, he is.
Was Woman Crush Wednesday a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah, he says. Let me see. Reports. Yeah, Crimson is an evil clown who has performed in TNA and enhancement talent. Claims Crazy Steve and TNA ripped off his likeness, including his attire, face paint, and the red mist that he spews. He also said that the Dead Wrestler Society, a stable that he came up with back in 2010, was the inspiration for the Decay. So we'll see how far that goes. But
probably not very.
No, probably not very far, because the only reason TNA is still on TV is they have money.
Damn that Dixie Carter.
Yeah, so I can't imagine that working out very well for Mr. Carnes, but good luck, and we'll see how much money you have afterwards.
Speaking of Crimson, this Crimson,
yeah,
the one that we weren't talking about earlier, Crimson was recently arrested for, I think, domestic battery. Domestic assault. His wife was also arrested for disorderly conduct and some sort of drunken, disorderly, and public sort of thing.
So they're both just being idiots and they beat the shit out of each other.
Probably.
Right.
Something of that nature. I don't know the full story. I just read it, a quick glancing thing, and saw a picture. Hopefully we can pop this up. Crimson's mugshot.
Oh, I hope
he looks angry. Yeah, so that's the thing.
Yeah.
Good job, Crimson.
And that...
Maybe he can return to TNA and start a stable with Bram.
Oh, no.
I think Taryn Terrell could be their manager.
Oh, that's it for news. Moving on. What do you have for upcoming shows? Jesus Christ.
What? They have a manager even.
I understand, but we're moving past it.
It can work.
We're moving past it. What's your upcoming shows?
It'd be great heels.
Just tell the upcoming shows.
On Friday the 15th, we're going to have Shine 34 from Eber City, Florida.
Awesome.
No matches are announced yet.
What a note to go out on.
Anything for you?
I got nothing. Next week's ROH is possibly going to be just a recap show. They were talking a lot about Honor Rising, which is where Tomohiro Ishii actually won the TV title. So I don't know if they're going to be playing matches from that, or if they're just going to have a video package of all the stuff that went down. Don't know for sure. We'll find that out next week. That's all I got. That's all we got.
Not independent. Brie Bella retired.
Yeah.
It's official.
Hashtag thank you, Brie.
Hashtag. They're both retired.
Hashtag Daniel Bryan babies.
Hashtag baby goats.
Hashtag bye.
Hashtag fuck the Miz.
You just wanted to say that.
Completely relevant.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and share with your friends or your enemies if you don't like somebody and you're like, well, these guys suck. Check them out. Do it anyway. Share us any way you can. You can also share us on different social medias because we have links
social medias
in the bottom of the description, but above those,
social medias.
But above those are all the people we just got done talking about. The people we talk about on a regular basis, like Chikara Pro.
Which we didn't talk about today.
No, we didn't talk about Chikara.
Can I make like a little, I guess, end of the show, a breaking news announcement regarding Chikara Pro?
Breaking news.
There was a Chikara video we talked about a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yes.
Where they had the infinity symbol, and then it turned itself sideways and broke into 88, and then half of the 8s dissolved and turned into 33.
Yeah,
It's announced that it's a match called the Infinite Gauntlet, and it's going to be 33 guys, Royal Rumble style, as someone enters every 88 seconds, and eliminations are over the top rope or via pinfall. Not submission, not disqualification, not count out, just over the top rope or pinfall. And the first few entrants have been announced as Princess Kimberly, the Thunder Frog, Juke Joint Lucas Calhoun, and Hollow Weekend.
All right. Well, that should be. Do we have any idea when that show's going to be?
No idea. I mean, it probably says. I saw it. It's on the. There's a special event center type thing about it. So watch that at ChikaraPro.com.
Check Chikara Pro. It's down
YouTube.
there.
And then there's like LukeMottoFans.com.
There's ROHWrestling.com.
CZWrestling.com.
WWN Live.
And tons more.
And we want to add to those.
We want to make that list like infinity long.
Yes. Like Infinity Gauntlet long.
We want it to be so long that we run out of space.
Yes.
If that's even possible.
Yeah, if there is a chance that we can run out of space in the YouTube description, we want to do that with your suggestions at what other video or what other promotions you want to see. Send us videos, send us emails, send us YouTube links, send us Facebooks, send us Twitters, anything that we can get some sort of information on your favorite promotion. We will mention you by name and we'll give your independent promotion a shout out.
If we like what we're seeing, we're going to share it.
And also, because we talked about it all week long, we're going to be starting ourselves a second channel here pretty soon.
Yeah, you should see it corresponding around the time of our 100th week.
Yes.
In action.
So we got
the tube of you.
About another month or so. We've been shooting some other content. We got Fantasy Warfare coming back
with a brand new sort of setup.
Yeah, brand new way
much more
of doing
competitive.
It. Yes, lots of debating, which is fun.
Lots of me slapping this guy.
I don't like that part.
Not yet, but comment, like this video if you want to see me slap him.
No.
Ready?
Post down in the comments if there's any types of videos that you want to see. We're going to be doing our own single videos.
Yeah, we're going to have
a lot of discussions. It's going to be
some guest appearances.
No reviews in this one per se. No like long reviews like we do here. It's going to be more so just talking about different elements of wrestling in general. So if there's a type of video that you'd like to see us do, post down in the comments your suggestions. We just might take them into consideration.
Or tweet us, or Facebook us, or email us at either the two email addresses we have listed in the links.
Exactly. And join us next week for episode 96.
Check out all the shit on the playlist. There's
Yeah,
a lot of videos.
There's all the videos.
There's an extra video because we reviewed WrestleMania.
Yeah, WrestleMania 32. That's going to be the first video. Then all of our usual stuff throughout the week. And next week we should be getting... Oh, no, actually, we won't be getting it next week. The following week, we'll be getting a Thomas's Top 5 for the month of March. What? So, it'll be a little late, but it will be coming to you episode 97, probably. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
Peace out. Still fuck the Miz.
Yeah, I was going to say that. She said it anyway.
Go ahead, you can say it too.
Fuck the Miz.
Woo!